Hey guys, so back again with another episode of, I don't know, my foreclosure life. Anyway, so we picked up another property and went to the property. Property should have been vacant. Nobody living there, ready for us to just put on the market. Not. So we get there. Young guy answers the door. Of course, he don't know what's going on. Dog barking in the back. And of course, you know, I always take somebody with me. I never go by myself. So today my husband was with me. And long story short, we went to the front door, you know, introduced ourselves, who we are, who we work with, and asked, are you a renter or are you the owner? The person that answered the door said that they were renters. But he made a phone call to somebody who he said was his dad. And that person said, we have a buyer for the property. This house is not foreclosed. Yada, yada. And you know me. I ain't even argue with you. Like, if that's what you say, it is what it is, but it don't change the situation. So anyway, I gave him my card, explained to them who I am. And he proceeds to tell me, I don't appreciate you harassing my son. Now, mind you, this is my first time ever going to this property, ever. Just got the property this morning. So I don't know where he felt the harassment came in at. But I said, okay, sir, thank you for your time. Here's my card. If you have any questions, please reach out. Because y'all know I've learned how to mitigate conflict. I ain't fixing to get in no back and forth with you. You know, y'all know me. So anyway, long story short, gave him the information. But remember, I told y'all on my last video, I don't even go to the house unless it's already foreclosed. They don't even send me the information unless it's already foreclosed. So this house has foreclosed. He just don't want to leave. So from this point on, just kind of giving you an idea of what happened. So the next thing for me to do is send them what's called a demand letter. And the demand letter will basically demand that they move out of the property, and that the owner of the new owner of the property wants possession of it. They have to adhere to that by responding to me in some sort of way. If they don't, then we go and file what's called a dispossessory warrant in DeKalb County Court. I'm in DeKalb County, Georgia. So we file a dispossessory warrant. Once we file the dispossessory warrant, they'll be served with papers. Once they are served with papers, they'll have 7 days to respond. Once they respond, then they'll give us a court date. We'll go to court, or the attorneys will go to court. And more than likely, especially because it's already foreclosed, the judge will say, you have 7 days to get out. After that 7 days, we'll go through, clean out the property, make sure, you know, utilities are transferred into our name, yada, yada. So I'm saying all that to say, if you are facing eviction and foreclosure, please, people, don't ignore it. It's not going to just magically go away. It's not going to, like, just somehow kind of pan out that you won't be evicted or that you won't have to leave the property. And it's so much easier for you to leave the property than to be evicted from the property. Eviction is not pretty. It's not fun. And I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. So I'm just telling y'all all this because I feel like people need to know, like, what the steps are and how long this process normally takes. Like, from the very first day that you get a demand letter from me, you can be in court as quickly as 2 weeks, even less. So don't hold out. If you know that you have been in a position where you haven't been able to pay your rent or your mortgage, and you've gotten a demand letter either from a real estate company who's representing the bank, or from the bank itself, or from the landlord, just know that your time is short. Please don't waste that time. I mean, most banks generally don't want to hear the, oh, well, my mama died, or, oh, well, I lost my job. All those things may be true and may be life issues, but the bank don't care. I'm just going to be honest with you. So I would just say, take advantage of your time that you have and be proactive. Don't be reactive. Don't wait to come home from work one day and find your stuff sitting out on the lawn. Because first of all, half the stuff ain't going to be there, because y'all know when people get evicted, what do people do? They rummage through your stuff before you even can go get a truck and come back and get it. Like, been there, done that. I've seen it happen. So I'm just saying all that to say, guys, if you find yourself facing eviction, if you find yourself facing foreclosure for whatever the issue is, please be proactive. Don't be ashamed. I told y'all the other day, life be lifing. Sometimes it just happen, and sometimes people are gonna see. Don't worry about what people say and think about you. Don't worry about people's opinions of you, because that don't matter. This is your life. Only you have to live it. And sometimes it's gonna get tough. Sometimes life is gonna whoop up on your head. That's just being honest. But the issue is, are you gonna fight back? Are you gonna do something about it? So just wanted to give y'all that little piece of information. I hope y'all are taking heed to this information, because it's good information, especially if you find yourself in this type of situation. And I'm sorry about the gum, y'all. I love to chew gum, but somebody told me, you just doing too much gum chewing. But again, my life, my gum. Anyway, y'all have a fantastic Friday. I'm still celebrating my birthday, so me and my hubby are about to be in these streets. Hope y'all are taking care of yourself, loving yourself, and being at peace. Talk to you soon. Hey, so one more thing that we didn't discuss earlier. For all my squatters, for everybody that's living in a property unauthorized, like meaning you don't have a copy of a lease, you do not have a letter from your mortgage company or something that states that you have made payments to one particular person. Like my husband asked me the question, can somebody just move into a property like that? Yeah, actually they can. If the property is vacant and you go to Office Depot, or you can go online to Rocket Lawyer or something like that, and you can create a lease. Like you can say, you know, I have a lease and I can be here for the next 2 or 3 years paying $22 a month. Whatever it is you want to do, you can create a fake lease. But just know that if you are a squatter or a vagrant that's living in a property that you should not be living in, you're going to have to show proof of that lease. Like the person that you're paying your rent or mortgage to has to be a real person, a person that you can verify that owns that property. Like their name has to be on county records or something that shows that they have ownership of the property and that you have paid your rent to this person. The day of just being able to squat in a house for months and months in the city of Atlanta is over. Like they have passed new laws, new rules. Basically, if you cannot show proof, you either get out right then or you go to jail right then. Like it's not, we had a very bad problem with it, you know, over the past couple of years, where people were occupying properties for years, sometimes on end, without no recourse, without the owner of the property being able to do anything other than go to court, file a dispossessory warrant, and then however long it takes for them to dispossess that case. So I'm saying all that to say, if you see a house, if a property in your subdivision and you know the owner no longer lives there and somebody else is living there that shouldn't be there, ask questions. Like, it's your neighborhood. What you don't want is a house that's being squatted in, because number one, they're not going to take care of the house. Number two, they will likely do damage to the house. And number three, most importantly, they're going to bring down the value of your neighborhood because the house is going to look a mess. So if you're concerned about that, call the police. If you know that it's squatters in your neighborhood, if you know that it's vagrants that's living in your property, while everybody deserves somewhere to live, everybody deserves love, but everybody needs to pay for where they live at, or at least be authorized and take care of the property that they live in. So if there are squatters out there, the police ask for proof. You have to provide proof that you have a valid, legally binding document a lease or a mortgage that states that you have the right to be there. If you cannot prove that, if you cannot provide that information, 9 times out of 10, they're going to put you out of there. And if they don't take you to jail, you will at least have to find somewhere else for your stuff to go. So I wanted to address that real quick because my husband asked me that question about, can somebody just move into a property? Absolutely they can. Like, I can go to one of these houses that's vacant over here. If I have access to get in, I can move all my stuff in because I've seen it before. I've dealt with it before. A person moved all their stuff in and had been there 2 or 3 weeks. We went to go show the property because we were under contract. We went to go show the property, and this person moved all their stuff in as if they were literally living there. Pictures on the wall, everything. Food cooking on the stove like I'm at home. And they literally had no legal authorization to be there. So my point in saying all that is just to let you guys know that it's happening every day. If you feel like somebody in your community is squatting in one of those houses, call the police. Not trying to get nobody in trouble or cause no problems, but bottom line is, it's your community. You live there. You got to continue to live there, and you don't want it torn all to pieces because people don't want to do what's right. But okay, I won't keep you any longer. Just wanted to give you that little bit of information. Don't be afraid to call code enforcement if somebody is not cutting the grass, if somebody's house is falling all apart and vinyl is falling all off the house. You know, there's a lot of trash and debris. If they got 15 cars in the yard that's not working, whatever the situation is, you can also call code enforcement if you are concerned. Call your homeowners association if you need to. I'm just giving y'all some of these tips just so you can realize, like, you do have options. You don't have to accept certain things for your community. All right, love y'all to life. Adios.